It is a challenge for all men and women coming back after serving our country in Iraq and Afghanistan. It is especially a challenge for those who have suffered life-altering injuries.
Sports director Mike Catalana is joining us now with a story of a group of men who used golf not only to rehabilitate themselves, but to inspire others along the way.
Yeah, quite a story, guys. If you are surprised that golf can play such a key role in helping these brave men change and in some cases save their lives, you're not alone. These wounded warrior golfers are surprised themselves. Mark Twain once said, golf is a good walk spoiled. It certainly depends on who you ask.
Just being able to walk for me is huge, and you know, it would probably take quite a bit to spoil that.
Golf has just really changed the way I look at a disability.
Chris Bowers was never a golfer. He was an athlete, football, soccer. Then in 2007, Chris suffered a severe injury in Iraq.
I didn't walk for 2 years, so I was 325 pounds, and when they decided that I'd never walk again, I had them amputate my leg to give me my life back. And then it was, what can I do that I enjoy to get me out of the house? Because you just sit there for years, and you develop this bad habit of, well, I'm just not going to do anything today. And golf opened the door to being outside.
T.J. Brooks was on his final deployment in Afghanistan when he stepped on a pressure plate IED. The explosion cost him his right leg. What golf has given him is a chance to reconnect.
It allows us to get connected together again. And when you come home from an injury, you kind of lose that connectedness with your fellow Marines or soldiers or sailors and airmen. You lose that camaraderie you had on the battlefield. And for us, golf has given us that back because we're able to come out here together and work and play.
The Wounded Warriors are helped by an organization called Troops First, started by golf analyst David Faraday and former advertising exec Rick Kell. Their goal, not only help troops connect with each other, but with people in society who can help them.
One of the things that Mr. Faraday and I try to do is when we get involved with a veteran or his family, we try to introduce them to good people. And I think this is a great example of that.
Local businessman Jim McGee, who met the Warriors through golf in other cities, was inspired. Inspired enough to pay for the men to travel here and to play Oak Hill.
These guys, if you talk to them, that's what they're all about. They're putting things in place for the guys to come after them, from technology, the fact that this game has helped them. And if we can do something little by exposing them to places like this and be able to play the same courses as the pros are playing, they get a chance to measure up.
They more than measure up. They can play and love surprising people with just how well.
I play with a guy that's a pro down in Texas, and I've outdriven him a few times, and he goes, man, all these surgeries and problems, and he stripes it every time right down the middle. And I've gotten him a few times, and he's like, it's pretty good. You know, just got beat by a guy that shouldn't even be walking.
There are a growing number of injured vets who play around the country. But ask them who's the best of the bunch.
Oh, Chad.
Oh, definitely Chad.
Chad Pfeiffer.
Chad Pfeiffer isn't just the best of the group. He's PGA Tour caliber. At least that's his goal. This from a man who never played the game until after, as Corporal Pfeiffer in Iraq in 2007, his vehicle was hit by an explosive device.
I was probably going to be a career guy. I mean, probably would have stayed in, 20-plus years. So, I mean, golf was the last thing on my mind. Enjoyed sports all growing up, but golf was never one of those.
And if he reaches his goal of playing on the tour, he'll inspire more than just golfers.
For me, it's more of being an inspiration, to other people with disabilities and fellow soldiers that have come back with similar or even worse injuries, showing that they can get back to life, that they can take something bad that's happened to them and turn it around and make the best of it.
Inspiring men, all making a walk not spoiled by the game of golf, but enhanced by it.
Those first couple months, first learning how to walk again, it really brought it into perspective that if I can overcome this, I mean, there's just nothing that can hold me down in life. And we just move forward, and, just every day is a blessing to wake up and you just keep pushing.
We will post the story on 13wham.com, and that'll include a link to the Troops First Foundation. The men are here today and tomorrow to play golf. There are plans in the work to get them connected with RIT to help the university with their technology program in building and developing devices for people with disabilities.
Great story. Do they want others to know that they are playing with this disability on the course?
It's interesting because some of the guys say when they play in tournaments, they really aren't all that concerned with anybody knowing. I know some of the guys don't walk with as much a pronounced limp if that's what their injury is, and they just go and play, and then sometimes people notice. Other times it's pretty obvious, and the surprise there is when people realize how good at golfers they are, because they can really play.
I'm a big fan of Faraday, the announcer, journalist, and he is a huge fan of these guys.
Absolutely.
He talks about them every chance he gets.
He said this is what made him an American, and then he ended up becoming an American citizen. He's very proud of these men, and rightfully so.
Great story, Mike.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.